Yo, what is good, people? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and the Council and What's Up PlayStation.com. And first and foremost, if you are a newcomer, welcome. And if you are a regular, appreciate you for coming back. And like I always say, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. So it's another Saturday morning, and you know you got to start your mornings off right with the Mind of a Gamer podcast, hashtag MOG. This week is going to be, a little different. This week we are on episode 9, so we definitely climbing in those episodes, man. Hopefully one day we'll get to the council podcast numbers, but we'll see. But before we get into the guests and stuff like that, and the special guests, real quick, guys, make sure you guys check out the online arcade, and if you haven't already, make sure you sign up for the Chaos Code tournament, the Injustice 2 tournament, and the Street Fighter 5 Ultimate Warriors tournament. All of those links are in the description. And if you do like what we are doing, me, Bari, and Chuck, it is always appreciated if you check out the online arcade Patreon. And it ain't mandatory, trust me, because we still gonna be doing what we do. But if you do like what we do and want to support us, hashtag support, that's how you can do so. So it's definitely appreciated. But yeah, yo, so it's episode 9, and we got a very special guest today. He is a really, 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 really dope dude. He's got a crazy good channel. He also is the host of his own podcast, 60 frames per second, no lag podcast. And he is a PlayStation gamer at core, and he is a real true gamer. Porter Rock, introduce yourself. Let us know the games you've been playing throughout the week, bro.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Porter Rock 77, a Persona. Thank you so much for the invite. Mind of a Gamer, awesome podcast on Saturdays, so I appreciate it. I feel honored to be here. To cast members is awesome. That you guys are here too. It's going to be awesome conversation today. This week, hopefully today I can wrap up Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Phenomenal. I just can't keep my hands off it. It's just really just created a gem with this game.
Facts.
And then after I finish that today, I'm gonna go back to Neo, download that. We'll finish the game first, and I think the DLC came out. The first DLC was about to come out.
Neo, yeah, that DLC came out this week.
It came out.
Yeah,
it just came out. So I'm gonna jump on that and stuff like that. And then I also bought MLB The Show and Neo Automata. So I'm gonna try to juggle those 3 titles right there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I got a busy week in the gaming, and but mostly this week I've been enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been crushing that game hard.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Horizon is definitely a gem. Really good game that I think every PlayStation gamer should at least try, because it is worth it. Trust me. But that's what's up, man. Honestly, like I said, it's really, really good to have you here, man. Definitely appreciate you taking out the time to be here on this Saturday morning. So it's definitely appreciated, brother.
No problem.
So on to the other members. We got a person that's not afraid to speak his mind. He will definitely tell you like it is, especially when it comes to EA access and Xbox.
Yeah,
but yo, man, the council's very own, the fam. Michi, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know the games been playing out throughout the week, bro.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Michi, and it's Saturday. Y'all don't hear me say this on Saturday, so shout out to my beautiful wife. She's currently doing a video, not for play. She's part of this boxing group that she does, and they have a promotional video because they're about to get on the road and actually get into some competitions. So, yeah, shouts out to her, and wish her the best in this video, and hope she get to knock somebody out sometime soon. I want to watch and laugh and put it on PSN. Games I've been playing starting this week, today. Street Fighter 5. I will no longer be the lowest ranked person in the tournament. Damn it. I'm almost super bronze. So shout out to boy Bison for head stumping people all the way through. I've been doing a little fantasy draft on Madden, put my own little roster on there and see how people play. Next year's gonna be a dope year for Madden. Played a little bit of MLB The Show 17. Porter Rock, if you're going to play that, I suggest you set a timer.
Timer?
Yes, sir. You will lose track of time playing MLB The Show.
Man.
You'll start at 7:30. Look up, it's 11. You wonder where time went.
That's awesome. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, except for when you have something to do.
Yeah, you have to go to work the next day.
Yeah, if you end up
That's a weekend game right there.
if you end up playing Road to the Show, definitely set a timer. You'll just be playing and the game's so smooth and it flows, so you just keep hitting X and going to the next thing. But yeah, that's it for me this week. I hadn't dabbled in my PC yet today. I am gonna get on Forza Horizon later because nobody else is.
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
Oh man, this guy.
My personal, all those people that said that game was open world and they liked it because it was an open world racer, and they not driving across the grass, it's an L.
It's an L.
So they're sticking to the roads.
They are sticking to the road. There's an achievement for kangaroo hopping, more or less. If you drive across the grass and your vehicle leaves the ground and you jump, you get a kangaroo. What is it? It's a award for hopping, more or less. You get 10 of those, just 10, and you get an achievement for it. Nobody's doing it. Me and Sarge were just driving across the map to get to a race, so we got it. We was, oh, really? All you gotta do is just drive? We just took a shortcut playing around and got the trophy. Like, how are people missing this? They sticking to the road. That's a shame. That's a travesty. Play the games right, gamers. Come on.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what's up, man. That's definitely a plethora of games, man. And we got the council's very own Jay Barry. Go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself. Let us know the games you've been playing throughout the week. Even though we know you ain't no gamer.
Yeah, I'm a fraud out here, man. Definitely no gamer. But yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay Barry. Thanks. Have me on here, Mind of a Gamer. Dive into the mind of Jay Barry. Nah, man. But I've been keeping it pretty simple this week, man, because I don't know what it was this week, man. I was just tired. Your brother got home and I was knocking out, yo. So, but nah, I've been playing Street Fighter 5. I've been playing Chaos Code, learning that game through its in and outs. Also been playing the main game I've been playing is Kingdom Hearts 2. So I'm diving back into that because I haven't really got the time or the opportunity to play how I want to play the game. So today I'm going to be diving into Kingdom Hearts a lot and probably Dragon Quest as well. But yeah, as for that, I think I did play a little bit of Persona 5, but not so much. But a little bit of it, I was like, I'm tired, man. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah,
but
Persona 5 will definitely pull you in, man. You got to be careful with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very hard to juggle Kingdom Hearts and Persona because they're pretty lengthy games. I know Persona is much longer, but pretty lengthy games. Also, Call of Duty, you know what it is, man. The best shooter out there, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. I've been playing that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I've been playing.
That's what's up. And as for me, real quick, I just been playing Dragon Quest Heroes 2. If you've been following my live stream series, you know I'm working on getting through that story and getting that platinum. So I've been playing that a lot. I played Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. I played a little bit of Call of Duty, and I played some Destiny. And yeah, and I think that's pretty much it, man. That's all I've really been playing this week.
Which is trash.
Yeah, hey. We actually about to talk about that right now this week. But so all right, so analysts, you know how analysts they make their predictions and things like that. So right now, it's being talked about that Nintendo Switch plans to sell 14.5 million Switches by the end of this fiscal year. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for 1 year.
That's a lot for 1 year. Now my thing is, go ahead, Porter.
Especially the first year, like of your launch, that is a lot.
That's 14.5 million consoles. That's
normally you build up to that. Like by your time, like if your console is successful, by your third year, you're looking at 14, 15, 16.
In a year, yeah.
Yeah, 14 right out the gate. That's a big prediction.
Yeah, so that leads me to think like, okay, I'll ask you guys this question. 14.5 million consoles is a lot in 1 year. What, even with Mario and Zelda, do you guys think that that's even possible? Even with those games slated to come this year, like what's pushing that demand? I'll start with you. Go ahead, baby, Bar.
First of all, like, then the Switch is an okay device. The console itself is lackluster, but it does have the games that will push it. But I don't think it will sell that much due to the fact that they're having supply constraints. You know what I mean? As soon as you get like a couple of Switches in the store, it's automatically sold out. You know what I mean? So the supply is not really meeting demand for the console unless they're gonna really like up process off this console. So I don't know. I don't see it selling 14 whatever million, but I do think it's going to be very successful. I do see probably like 8. Probably I'll go on a limb here and say 10. But
pushing it.
I don't even know why people it's such a demand for this console. Like, yeah, I get it. It's Nintendo. But the console itself is lackluster. You know what I mean? People's buying up Mario Kart all day trying to play with their friends, but they can't even send a damn invite, to their friends to join them. You got to search that joint. You pretty much playing Chaos Code. Chaos Code is a $20 game, but here Mario, you're paying for a remaster, Mario Kart, and you can't even invite people. You know what I mean? Like system-wide stuff, functionality, the console is just not there. And I can't pinpoint why people are buying this specific console. But as somebody that owns it, it's a lackluster console. It has great games, but it's lackluster. And people buying this stuff not knowing what they're getting into, because you have right now, you're not paying for anything for the Nintendo online account or whatever. But sooner or later you're going to. And none of these stuff is being implemented. So I don't know, this period right here where it's supposed to be free, it's supposed to be like the beta test period for the online. But what did they test it?
Though, because like when I was trying to play Mario Kart with my boy earlier this week, we kept getting communication errors. Like we couldn't even create a room and him search for me because it wasn't even picking me up. And then it was like we had to be on the phone in order to talk. And then whenever we joined like a regular lobby, it was, communication errors, and it kept putting me in spectator mode, and it kept kicking me out.
That's what I'm saying. And nobody on the Nintendo side is talking about these things, but these are the things supposed to be tested. You know what I mean? Like this free period, if you look at Nintendo website, they tell you what the free period is about. It's like a beta. You're supposed to be testing this stuff out, but nothing is there to implement these tests. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, congrats to Nintendo. Is very successful right now. Mario Kart is selling well. Zelda selling well. The console itself selling well. But 14 million, I think that's a little bit too much. And remember, with analysts, people just got to understand that these are just predictions. You know what I mean? They're just gauging how they see the market. You know, everything is just a speculation. So don't take it as hardcore facts when it comes to this.
That's what's up. Porto, what's your thoughts, man?
There's a couple of things to factor. Is it possible? I mean, Sony just recently said that they shipped 20 million PlayStation 4s. So is it possible? Yeah, I mean, it's possible. There's only a few factors to consider. The Switch is $300, and it's gonna go up against, it's going to go up against a PlayStation 4 at $250, with so many titles and marketing behind it this holiday season. So at $300, I don't see the Switch selling a lot, even with a few of the IPs, because the biggest IPs is going to be the third party that's coming out this holiday. Destiny, Call of Duty, Battlefront, Red Dead Redemption. That's what you're going to see most commercials, and it's going to be a huge push, And each game caters to a specific demographic, which covers more, So like Mario Odyssey by itself, while it has a huge fan base, it's only going to attract the Mario fan base, while Destiny's going to attract that crowd. Red Dead Redemption is probably going to swallow a whole bunch of people. Star Wars got the Star Wars fanboys. And Call of Duty obviously has the Call of Duty. So there's a lot of taste that's spread around, and these games aren't on the Switch, So when you go to the store, this holiday, and people's looking into a new console. And I'm not really talking about people who already own the console, you know, the PlayStation, Xbox, the current console owners, because they might buy a Switch as a secondary, you know, product. But we're talking about the people who are jumping in and trying to get a new console for games. You know, for $250, you could get a PlayStation 4 and play these games that are like bigger than life this holiday. Or for $300, you could buy a Switch, and then you start wondering what else.
Play Mario.
Yeah, you got Mario, but then what else gonna play? So Nintendo's battle is pricing, you know, to be more competitive versus consoles that are currently out, and then obviously you need more than just your first party, because people say, you know, Nintendo's first party is strong, but it's already been shown that they can't survive on their own first party. That's not enough. We already seen it with the GameCube, we've seen it with the Wii U, you know, we've seen it with the N64. You know, those weren't super huge sellers out in the market. You know, you need something more. They either need a gimmick, or they're going to need a lot of games from third party, you know, to really beef up that library to make that $300 purchase worth it. You know, so 14 million out the gate, and it may seem like that, but you know, like Jay Barry said, they're basing off the prediction off the now, and they're seeing this high trend of everybody wanting to switch. But 2-3 months into the line, when people start looking at finger numbers, I mean, or okay. So 2-3 months, 4 months down the line, people are going to notice this console's kind of dry, you know, and releasing one game every 6 months is just not going to cut it for a $300 purchase, you know. And so I don't see 14 million this year. Is it possible that they could do 14 million at some point a year? As long as they got the content to back it up and the pricing gets better, I could see it happening. But I don't think I see it this year. I could maybe see 8.
Nintendo's going up against, you know, some giants with the Scorpio and that price drop for PlayStation, like you said, and the third parties that's coming out. You know, not saying that Mario isn't a system seller and whatnot, but you know, you also got other system sellers that's coming out around the same time. So it's like, you know, what are people going to choose? Because they ain't going to spend all their money on, you know, everything. Some people got to choose.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for that, yeah.
But Michi, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, I have a lot of ways to look at it. I mean, 14, 19 million, that's a big number. But so is the price of Lonzo Ball's shoes.
Big baller.
You got people buying those. That's a whole nother conversation. But when you look at what the games have to offer, and right now, the Switch probably has the best portability, if that's a word, of gaming. Like if you could play Zelda on the go at work, that's fine for me. Like if I could the only time I play it when I'm at work, I can play Zelda at work all day. That's fine. I would spend $300 for that. I would spend $300 to play Mario Kart at work. Hell, I didn't play Mario Kart online when I had it on the Wii U. So I don't technically need people to play that with. Google Hangouts has an app coming to where everybody can get in a party chat. So Nintendo's gonna make a deal with them. I predict that's gonna be announced around E3. But outside of that, if you look at what the Xbox Scorpio has to offer right now, and people are going crazy for it, and look at what they have to offer for it. Not a single goddamn thing. People going crazy. The Nintendo Switch can very well sell 19 million. Having Mario Kart and Zelda, something to show and something that you can see, as opposed to nothing. And people just like to have it.
Yeah, this guy, man.
Like, look at like, you had events and Phantom Dust be shown recently, and people are still talking about Scorpio. Like, this is what you're gonna have when the game comes out that you can buy, that you know you can get. Voodoo Vince and Phantom Dust and Halo Wars 2.
Nah, they hyping up that demo, that tech demo, and Ladybugs.
Yeah, they're
That
hyping up
tech
graphics.
demo was a port from an already released Xbox One game, so it's like
like trash.
The funny part about that tech demo, go back to 2013 and look at the PS4 tech demo. What was it, Dark Sorcerer?
Yeah, that was on
oh, you
point.
talking about that? I know you talking about that realistic game. I
Yeah.
know you talking about
That's what we saw with the PS4. Did we see with the Scorpio? A still shot of Forza and a ladybug and a face
That ugly ass chick.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yo, that shit looked horrible though.
Yeah, that did.
I'll be honest.
Folks
That
was hyping
ladybug.
it up.
Yeah, that ladybug screenshot don't impress me. Only because you remember when PlayStation 3 did the duck demo, the little duck in the water and how the water looks realistic and all that. What people don't understand is there's nothing going on. So yeah, the picture's gonna look perfect. There's no physics, there's no particle effects, there's no action, there's nothing challenging the system. So showing me a still picture of a bug and the hair on his ass, that doesn't do nothing.
Or
For
the
me.
still
It's just a
picture of the beginning of the race. The
Yeah.
beginning of the race is actually supposed to be the most beautiful part because you know how like in Drive Club they show you the like how the track looks and all that beauty and all that shit, and then it loads into the actual race. Thing.
and then it changes.
Hey yo, what's crazy about it is that these people think that the PS4 Pro can't produce the same ladybug photo in 4K.
I know. It's just a picture.
Yeah.
It's just a picture. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure I could probably think the PlayStation 4 could produce a very nice looking ladybug picture.
Of course it could. The PS4, because the PS4. Go ahead.
It's just a picture. It's nothing proven. It's just a photograph.
You want to show me the difference of what the Xbox Scorpio can do from the Xbox One? Show me the grass in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh Lord.
You got yourself a deal. If they come out with Scorpio and that grass don't get no better,
it's an L.
Problem.
It's an L. But yo, Kev, what's your thoughts on this, man?
As far as what the Scorpio, my bad. I'm a little fast and be late, y'all. My bad.
Fine. We were talking about the Nintendo is slated to sell 14.5 million Switches within this fiscal year.
14 million?
Yeah.
Well, this fiscal year, I mean, I guess it could happen. I suppose it's a little bit under the PS4's first year. Wasn't that like 20 million the first year for the PS4?
I think it was
like 10. Or
was it 10?
8 or 10?
I think it was like 13 or something.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I know the games sell like crazy, but I don't know if has the console really been selling like that though.
Well, that's the thing. There's been a shortage of Switches after the initial launch of the console. So, unless they open up 2-3 more factories to pump them Switches out, I don't know about that. So you don't think so?
Yeah.
You can say it. It's okay. You can say it.
Excuse me. My bad. Nah, I'm having my damn throat. I don't know. I don't see it happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Bari and Michi kind of mentioned. Well, Bari with the shortages and stuff. I don't foresee that happening. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always even like from the day when it was released, I was trying to get one, and I just said, "Screw it! I'll just catch them taxis and whatever and whatnot." Because I ain't finna go through all of that. Same thing I kind of did with the Wii U, actually. I mean, Mario's gonna sell unless they just hold them back all of the, you know what I'm saying, these units for the holidays, and then they just gonna have a whole bunch of consoles available for when Mario Odyssey dropped. Then I guess maybe that could happen.
14 million? I mean, if it depends, because if they drop the price, which they probably will for the holiday and then put it back up, but.
Yeah, but even then, that's the first year of a console. Even the Pro didn't, really drop, did it? Well, that's different because that's still technically a PS4. Nah, even the OG PS4 didn't really drop around Black Friday. Maybe they have bundle it up to kind of offset the price and whatnot. But even then, like with the Switch, you paying for accessories, and that's gonna be costly. I don't know, man. It might hit 10 million, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But just off the strength of Mario,
pushing it.
But at the same time, it's like it's kind of hard to call because like Nintendo is more more of a threat than Microsoft, even with the Scorpio dropping this holiday or not. You know what I'm saying? So shit, I don't know, man.
We'll see.
14 million, I don't know, but I do think that it can compete maybe close to 10 million and whatnot. I mean, I think it'll do a little bit better than as far as the Scorpio being received and whatnot. Because like I said, everybody loves Mario, and that's a more universal game that's relatable to all age groups. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really call it. We just have to see.
Okay. That's what's up. So I know me, Bari, and Kev, we are picking up this game. I'm not sure if Porto and Michi will, but Injustice 2 will be releasing not next week, the week after. And they actually released the first trailer showing the DLC Fighter Pack 1, which has Sub-Zero, Starfire, and Red Hood. What do you guys think of those three characters as the starting characters for the DLC pack? And are you hype? Are you excited? Starting with you, Porter.
Hey, you just reminded me. I have to actually pre-order it. I'm gonna buy the $99 deluxe bundle.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for that. Hell yeah. And also because the deluxe bundle has the Batman front.
Yeah.
And I'm a Batman fanboy, so. But yeah, you know, and I'm getting that one. I'm very excited. I was surprised that they're gonna put in some like the Mortal Kombat character in it. I was like, oh shit, you know, so
I wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
I didn't think they were gonna mix and match it. But that's cool because I
was
figured
in the first one though.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. So that's true. But anyway, I'm excited. I like the fact they have Red Hood in it too. That's gonna be pretty cool. I think I'm excited for the game and stuff. You know, and I'm getting ready to practice Batman and whoop Jay Barry's ass with Batman.
I mean, join that online arcade tournament, man. That link in the description.
Yeah, I'm gonna show who the true Dark Knight is. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, because he
got some competition, Barry.
Hey,
let me ask you. Besides Sub-Zero, who would you have wanted, as far as DC characters go? Who would you have wanted the third character for this first DLC pack to be instead of Sub-Zero?
As a DC character or Mortal Kombat character?
No, as a DC character.
A DC character. I don't know. I didn't really think about that. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you that. Let somebody else talk and I'll think about it. I never really think about that. Right, as far as the Mortal Kombat character, I hope they put in Kung Lao, because that's my dude in Mortal Kombat.
Kung Lao? Okay.
Oh, that's my dude. Yeah, he's my dude in Mortal Kombat.
All right. Well, if you with the trailer, they actually showed the silhouettes of the next two sets of DLC characters, and one of the characters is for sure Black Manta. I don't care what anybody says, that's Black Manta.
Yeah, it's Black Manta. You can't deny that one.
And on the other side, people are speculating that the guy with the hat, that's Raiden. So yeah, we'll see. But Barry, what you think?
One, I want to give a disclaimer. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of NetherRealms, so I never really played like Injustice like that. So I'm gonna be like a noob and a scrub, you know, just anybody getting into the game. But I like the two characters, Red Hood and Starfire, but having Sub-Zero in there, I think that's kind of whack. You know what I mean? There's so much DC characters you can choose from. It's not a crossover type game, so I don't know why the hell you got, you know, Sub-Zero in there. I think the first one they had Scorpion in there, and I thought that was whack too. You got so much characters you can choose from. I just think that's lazy developing. You know what I mean? You know, they have Mortal Kombat, so you already have the ins and outs of Sub-Zero. You can just include them. You know what I mean? You ain't got no twerk. You don't got to tweet nothing like that. I don't know, but there's so much characters in there. They could have had somebody else in there. You know what I mean? People paying their money to play Sub-Zero again. You know what I mean? That should have been a free DLC character, not no.
Who would you have wanted instead of Sub-Zero?
Oh, Martian the Manhunter. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm just saying, like, yo, Protagonist said he about to pay the $99 for, you know, the DLC and stuff. But here you getting Mortal Kombat characters. You know what I mean? Put some DC characters in there. You know what I mean? But overall, like Starfire, I like that character, so I was happy with that. Red Hood, Jason Todd, I'm happy with that. But
I'm actually very happy with that Starfire. Like, and I like the model of her. Like, she looks
grown, you know. Yeah. But watching Kev's live stream, watching more gameplay of Injustice, I'm getting excited for it because they do have characters in there that I do love. But the DLC is kind of shaky because now you're gonna have Raiden come in there and like, I mean, come on, where the DC characters?
Yeah.
But that's just me.
That's what's up. Meech, what you think? I don't even know if you even care or you're gonna pick this up, but if you do, what you think of the characters and whatnot, man?
I mean, the characters are dope to a certain extent. Like, I have this thing where I get tired of seeing certain characters. Like on Street Fighter, I'm tired of seeing Ryu and Ken. I'm tired of seeing Guile. I don't see Bison that much, so I can tolerate Bison. And I just get tired of seeing the same old stuff. I'm tired of seeing Sub-Zero. I'm tired of seeing Scorpion. I'm tired of seeing Raiden. Liu Kang is gonna come back somewhere again. He can't stay dead or alive. He just don't know. It's crazy. But when when you look at the list of characters you could put in, and granted, they have the Joker doing some amazing stuff in the game. So that leads me to believe you could put anybody in this game. So bring out the Killer Crocs and actually put them in the game as playable characters. Let somebody smack somebody up with the Penguin.
Yo, those are good characters. Actually.
They use Raccoon in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right? So why not the Penguin? Get Mr. Mixoplexig or whatever his name is. That Superman always likes that can
Two-Face.
Two-Face. Black Adam?
Parasite.
Black Adam is in the game.
He's in the game?
Yeah, Black Adam. Yeah, Black Adam. No, he is. He is. Shazam's not in there, which I'm surprised.
Yeah,
bring out
I'm
Bizarro.
surprised.
Let's put Bizarro in the game. Give him some shine.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people out there. Especially if you're gonna have Darkseid and what is that? Brainiac?
Why don't they have Orion or Granny Good? Like, it's so many characters. Granny Goodness, Big Bertha. Like, it's so many characters they can put in as DLC characters. So many.
I understand them having Dr. Fate in the game. With the popularity of Doctor Strange, why not have Dr. Fate?
Yeah.
But there's so many good characters DC has.
Beast Boy.
Yeah, Beast Boy.
I think it's a rumor that he is gonna be in there though.
They put Beetle, and Beast Boy was around before Beetle. They put his ass in.
But to see them have a whole lineup and they say, oh yeah, Sub-Zero. Man, it sucks. But I wonder if you get to actually beat Jason Todd across the face with the crowbar if he used to Joker.
Oh man,
I would think so. That's Joker's super. So I feel if you use Red Hood, the super, you know how like certain supers when you use on certain people they actually change a little bit. It actually may be a little bit more
visceral.
Yeah, a little bit more visceral if you actually playing Red Hood versus Joker.
I want the Joker to beat the hell out of Jason.
Oh man!
And it sounds like Super Mario Brothers. Here we go. And
that Joker super look hot.
It do.
Yeah.
Kev, what you think? I know you're very hard pressed about this game, man.
Yeah, I'm hyped, man. I'm not even like that big of a Red Hood fan, but it'd just be nice to just see him in motion, and hopefully they'd like have an actual relevant point for the characters being in there, like maybe some add-on story DLC or something for them later, outside of just like the mainland story, or not like some multiverse stuff or something like that. But as far as Sub-Zero, he's actually my favorite over Scorpion, so I'm already all for that and whatnot. Starfire, she looks dope. She actually looks like the chick that played what show am I thinking about? Legend. She's on Legends of Tomorrow. She looked like the black chick, the Black Hawk chick, but it looked like they kind of like molded her after her. And Red Hood, what'd you say?
You mean Hawk Girl?
Like Hawk
Yeah,
Girl?
Hawk Girl. Yeah, the black chick
Okay.
that
That
plays
plays
Hawk
Hawk
Girl
Girl. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
on Legends of Tomorrow. She really looks like her. If you like look at the two, like put the faces side by side, like if they kind of got inspired for her, and actually look like she would have been better played for the role. But yeah, man, I'm hyped for it. Even like the DLC characters in the like the background of the silhouette. Uh, I watched the Max video. I don't know if y'all watched it and whatnot for y'all that's in the chat and listening right now or listen later. But Max he put up a video and the one hoodie character looked like it could be Azrael and whatnot.
Azrael, yeah, the one next to
That
Raiden, that because he do look mostly like
because the
Azrael.
hoodie.
I was thinking that,
Yeah,
yeah,
That'll be dope.
yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be
dope.
dope. I
Yeah, it
think
would.
even though I'm not like a fan of him too much, but like his character design is freaking dope, and that'd be nice to see, with that engine. Raiden, I'm a little disappointed about because I didn't foresee. I know a lot like Ed Boon, he had like little polls and stuff online on Twitter, and I don't remember coming across anybody hyping up Raiden of all people. You know what I'm saying? But you have to keep in mind that this is Ed Boon's game and whatnot, or he's the creator of it, so he's gonna put his babies in there. I would expect Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But I think that at least if you're gonna like mix in the Mortal Kombat characters, that you could pick a little bit better selection. Raiden ain't been hot to me since like the OG Mortal Kombat days, honestly. So I don't know. I think he might be cheese, but I don't know. Maybe they'll make him dope or something.
Yeah,
The other characters, I think it was rumored that they wanted Spawn in there, but I'm not sure if they were able to get the rights to use him in that game because I
now
mean it is a
OP
DC property.
that would be. Spawn?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Man,
I'm looking at the hoodie character. That dude kind of look like Azrael.
they do
Like
right.
Azrael,
They
right?
do.
Black Manta, I would expect that because of the. I would expect them to drop him around the time that maybe
Aquaman.
Aquaman comes because that comes out next year, right? Is it
Yeah,
next year when it's supposed to drop?
yeah. I think it's
So
next year. This year's
I would
Wonder Woman.
expect that. Certain characters, even in the game with Black Adam and no Shazam, I expected that anyway. Them just trying to capitalize off the hype of The Rock being, Black Adam down the
Yeah,
line. Because I think he's supposed to get a movie before Shazam or some shit like that I heard. It's a rumor. So
yeah,
I don't know. Some of this stuff is kind of like more business understandable than like actual character requests. I see, but I don't know. I just really don't see why Raiden of all people would be, and I'm hoping that it's not. It could be either Raiden or Kung Lao. You know what I'm saying? Like Porto said, but
That's
I don't know.
definitely
The
right.
other, yeah, I just don't see a point in those two. Sub-Zero I could kind of see, but I don't know. I really wish that they would. I don't know, put somebody a little bit better.
yeah.
The other characters, I was hoping like maybe Static Shock or something like that. That would have been dope to see him,
There's so
in
many
Injustice.
like
Yeah.
man, it's too many.
Or what's his name? Corvo. The cyborg dude. I think it's a Corvo, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, you
him.
talking about Superman dude? What you call him?
Yeah, the cyborg.
Yeah, I know
I
you
think
talking. I know you talking about.
are you talking
I'm
about
probably butchering his
Metallica?
name.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
talking about Metallica.
Metallo, but
Metallica?
his yeah. Uh, but
You
I
guys
don't
We're
know.
the,
agree?
we're the wizard, the top. It's too many. There's too many DC characters in all these different all these different universes for there to be Mortal Kombat characters. Like I'm
Yeah,
with
but at
Mario
the
wholeheartedly. Like it doesn't matter.
I
It doesn't matter if it's NetherRealm and they known for making Mortal. It doesn't matter. This isn't a Mortal Kombat game. This is a Injustice. It's a DC focused centric game. There
Yeah, but
should be
Mortal
only
Kombat
DC
isn't a
characters.
horror game, and they had freaking Alien, Predator, Jason,
That's
all
them.
that
We talking
crap.
about DC. This
Yeah, but
DC.
it's still the same. It's still the same studio, and like it's kind of like a normalcy now with these games anyway. Because even with like Tekken, what the fuck is Akuma doing in there? Like he has no point, Or with Street Fighter X Tekken, you had Pac Man, Mega Man,
I mean, but
Cole.
that's Capcom.
Yeah, but it's
Not
still
for
kind of like a
crossover.
normal crossover thing as far as these games these
But this isn't a
days.
cross game. This is just a DC. This is a DC game. Injustice is a
It's
DC.
a, it's, a, it's
But
actually
that point is kind of moot though, with the simple fact that them including Scorpion from the first Injustice. So it's like I would expect no less. It's just the questioning of why some of these characters are in there. That's just me though.
I think the main point to look at it is that Yeah, they both made by the same studios, but DC has such a huge library of characters to use. Why would they waste their time? Like they should, I think it would be better to just focus on the DC universe aspects of this fighter. I can understand games like Cali, like Tekken, whatever, because they don't have a huge, it's not like they have an unlimited supply of characters to tell off of. But DC
They got
Universe and
enough.
Justice, they have a. I would say not as much as DC though. I mean, you technically have a huge portfolio of players they could, play. I think it would be a better strategy to just have Injustice be Injustice characters and Mortal Kombat just be Mortal Kombat, because there's really no reason to cross over each other, because you could just play the other game if you want to play with Scorpio. It's not like you really want to beat Superman's ass with Scorpion. It's not really that.
Was that Scorpion DLC? Was he free?
Yeah.
Was it? I'm not sure.
It was free. Like they just added him in there, but this joint you paying $40.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I know.
And if that's the case, then why wasn't there any DC characters in Mortal Kombat X?
But honestly, though, we already know, NetherRealm Studios is going to get a pass because of the popularity of Mortal Kombat X and whatnot. But I honestly believe that's not all the DLC that they're going to have. They're going to have another combat pack or another character pack of heroes that's going to come before Injustice 3 drops.
These seasons.
Yeah, I said they're going to do like a XL edition or whatever you're going to call it, a super ultimate justice version, where you're going to have more DC characters, and they're going to charge you for like another slew of maybe 9 more characters. Just watch. Because they did it with Mortal Kombat X, and people was complaining for a minute, but they quietly, died down about the shit anyway. So I can't expect the same thing with NetherRealms, but they just going to get a pass because they give you more of a bulky amount of features and experiences when it comes to their games, in opposed to Capcom. Because Capcom, if they pull some stuff like that, they're gonna get that work.
Yeah.
in this climate these days.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. We'll see. Right now, the fighter pack is pretty all right, and we'll see what happens in the future with these characters, man.
Yeah.
But so anybody that knows Sony knows their track record, where they release a slew of games in the beginning of the year or the early parts of the year, and then their exclusives tend to kind of die down or be a little bit, I don't want to say sparse, but they're far and few in between when it comes into like the holiday season, and then in the beginning of the next year, they'll have their whole slew of games. Like let's take this year for instance. We've had Gravity Rush, Neo, Horizon, like a lot of big blockbuster AAA titles, and they coming out in the early parts of the year. So my question to you guys is, should Sony release any exclusives during the holiday, or this holiday I should say? I'll start with you, Porter.
Interesting conversation. It's a question of whether they should or they will. So from a gamer's aspect, it has to be looking at the perspective of two views to answer this question. First view is the gamer aspect, and from a gamer, gamers are going to say yes, because of course, who wouldn't want more games to play? That's just bring these games on. People are looking forward to God of War, Spider-Man. I can't wait to get my hands on Spider-Man more than anything else, because I can't remember the last time. I think it was PlayStation 2 with Treyarch that actual AAA dev made a Spider-Man game. Activision done that IP dirty, giving these cheap ass fucking devs, excuse my language, just to bring in an easy cash grab. You know what I'm saying? So to have Insomniac, take the reins, and they already said that this is the biggest production game they ever done, it's going to be phenomenal. But in reality, and I brought this up last year to make my point a bit clear, if you look at last year in 2016, look at the first 8 months of 2016. How many big multiplats did we have? We had like Division, Overwatch.
Was Until Dawn 2016? No, that's 2015.
2016. So we had Division, Overwatch, Madden, and this is from January to August.
In 2016, didn't we have Doom too?
Yeah, we had Doom. Yeah. We had Doom last year. We had
what else? A big multiplat. You see the issue we're having. We're trying to think 8-month period, and we're trying to think what big multiplats came out. Now let's look at September through November, just a 3-month period. September, October, November. They had Deus Ex, COD, Battlefield, Titanfall, Mafia, Watch Dogs 2, Final Fantasy, 15. You just had game, so when you so just like this year, because I'm pretty sure E3 is gonna release a lot of games, for this holiday. You have a small window, but a huge library of games to buy. So when you throw in even more games, what tends to happen is they tend to swallow each other, because every gamer can't buy every game in a 3-month window. Something's gonna get cut. So does it become a question of, do I buy Call of Duty? Let's say God of War comes out this October or September. Does it come a question of, do I buy Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption, and forget about God of War? Or do I buy Red Dead Redemption, God of War, and forget about Call of Duty? It becomes this little puzzle that gamers have to figure out. And Sony does not want that. Sony wants you to buy Call of Duty. Sony wants you to buy Destiny. They want you to buy Star Wars. And they want you to buy, what's the fourth game?
Battlefront.
Battlefront. They want you to play all those games. But they know if they inject God of War, that changes the ecosystem. Now things change. Because now gamers are going to be like, all right, I can't buy all these games. I have to pick and choose. And that's a lose-lose for Sony, because Sony gets a check with every Red Dead Redemption, that gets sold. They get a check with every Call of Duty that gets sold. So they don't want to put that, especially when they know 2018, the first 3 months, not a lot of big multi-pass come out. You might get a Ubisoft game, and you might get one more or two, but just like Uncharted, just like Horizon Zero Dawn, they put those games strategically in a big period to where most games could get access to it, because there's really not much else to buy. While this November
season, so
it's just too much. You're talking spending, at $60 a piece, you're talking spending, $200, almost $300 in games, and then that's not considering, if you're gonna buy somebody else a game for Christmas and all this other stuff you got to do during that time period. So whether they should not, from a gamer perspective, the answer is yes. But realistically, if you care about the franchise and you want your franchise, you want Spider-Man, you want God of War to be the most successful it can be, it has to be in a position where it's not in competition or swallowing another title. You know what I mean? So I would say no. Strictly, I want these franchises to grow. But yes, just being greedy gamers. So
yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways. But I won't mind if they, if it doesn't release till March, because there's a lot of content to play this holiday. And then I know kicking off 2018, I'm gonna have some bangers to play.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. I don't mind the rotations going through. What I do mind is, if I was an Xbox dude, 8 months to play fucking Voodoo Vince and Phantom Dust, and now you want to give me Crackdown in the same month as Red Dead Redemption? Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying Crackdown when I got Destiny and Red Dead Redemption here. Like, you screwed up. You should have released Crackdown now. Now is a good time to play Crackdown. Right now is it's a great time to play Crackdown. It's a great time to play Sea of Thieves. You know what I'm saying? But you want me to play Sea of Thieves when there's Destiny 2? And no, I'm not doing that. Like, you bugging. Those games aren't about that life. They're not about that life. You should have released it properly when I have time to play them, and I'm not worried about much anything else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I like Sony's strategy, because it gives me time to play everything I want in with its own timing and its pace. So I think this strategy is much better than what Microsoft. It doesn't make sense to leave you dry for 8 months with Halo Wars 2 and fucking Phantom Dust. The game didn't sell. I bought Phantom Dust on the OG Xbox, and it was like $20, and people didn't play it then. They're not gonna play it now. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense what they're trying to do. Yeah. But that's just me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Barry.
What was the question again?
Should Sony release exclusives during the holiday?
So we talking like first party games?
Any exclusives? Yes.
No, because I mean, like the misconception a lot of people have sometimes is that they think Sony is not, or PlayStation don't have exclusives in the holiday season. PlayStation every holiday season has had more exclusives than Xbox. It's just a matter of, in the holiday season, just a matter of, are you interested in those games? You know what I mean? If you're just looking at it as a objective level, there's always has been more games on PlayStation for holiday season. But bigger games, like for our first party games, then yeah, I can see people argument. But yeah, they should release it in the holiday season, just to because that big mindset of PlayStation don't have no games in the holiday season is always there. I do get the third party argument as well. It's the third party games. That's where most of the people probably going to buy the games, but you also have that potential because in the holiday season, that's where most people spend their money. You know, that's where most people buy things. You know, for Christmas and stuff like that. That's just statistical facts. Regardless of it being open in March or May,
Yeah.
people's not just gonna buy games as much in those times. But yeah, I think PlayStation should do it because, like I said, you had the potential of people just, you have those impulse buyers. Yeah, you're gonna see the Call of Duty. Like, yeah, people are focused already to buy Call of Duty, but that impulse buyer might say, "Oh, snap, God of War or Gran Turismo. I'm gonna pick that up too." You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And people, you got to understand too that just because a game came out in the holiday season, it still had potential to sell in the latter months and stuff like that. Not as much, but it still has the potential to sell that stuff there.
Yeah, there's a bit of
But
an
yeah,
echo. I don't know who that is.
it might be. I don't know. But I don't. Yeah, like Porter Rock said, if they do, they do. If they don't, I mean, we already been hit with a lot of games. Like we're not really stressing for games like to come in holiday season. I think most people, like PlayStation fans, that if you're stressing for games to come in holiday season, you just want to shut up the opposition. You know what I mean? It's not that you really want the games to be in the holiday season because you have so much to play already. You know what I mean? Everybody have a backlist that they have or backlog that they have. But to harken on holiday season games, I just think that's more of like look, we got games here as well. But is it needed? No, I don't. It's not really necessarily needed, but the potential of it doing well is there. So I say yes.
Okay. Meet you.
I say we should drown in a sea of exclusives.
Oh man, this guy.
I say, why not? Why wait? I mean, look at it this way. There's twice as many people on PS4 than on Xbox One, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the analysts. The analysts just told us that they predict that in the course of a year, the Switch will do half of the Xbox One's numbers, right? That's more or less their prediction. So if you want to keep your product going, we know 50 million people are going to go out and buy the next PlayStation exclusive. We know that. But that doesn't mean you can't release another Sword Art Online. That doesn't mean you can't give me a great Bandai Namco game, or we can do some whatever else we have. We get another Nobunaga's Ambition. Uh, those have a pretty good small fan base. Uh, Dynasty Warriors always is cracking somewhere. There's always another Dynasty Warrior game. Always. We're gonna get the the Gundam games coming, and you don't need a lot, but just enough to keep the interest there. Look at, like Porter Rock said, for the last 8 months, what have we had for the Xbox? If you're an Xbox gamer right now, you just bought a console and controller.
This dude is savage.
Yeah, Richie, he don't hold back, huh?
Like that, there's no real reason to have the games. I mean, like, if there's just a gaming console and you don't like PlayStation, but you want to play Battlefield and Call of Duty, I get that. Yeah, you just happen to hate PlayStation. Fine, that's why you have Xbox One. But when you wake up and you say, "Damn, let me look at my friends list: Hulu, Netflix, Hulu, TV, Hulu, Hulu." Forza Horizon 3, TV. The stuff's not there. You have people that go on them and defend EA Access. No lie, I heard this yesterday. They don't know
Oh
how
yeah. Oh my god.
people don't know how long the membership is because it's a 10-hour demo.
Not 11 hours.
Yeah, there's it gets you 10% on games you want to purchase. After that 10-hour demo, if you don't want to purchase those games, you wait till they come to the vault. You are getting raped by EA. With people saying, "Oh, well, I can save 10% on these games." What games are you buying if you wait for all of them to come to the vault? You aren't getting a discount. You're waiting. People that like Madden don't wait to buy Madden. They buy Madden. You don't need EA access to play Madden. You're gonna play it. A 10-hour head start doesn't really help you any. Unless you're just trying to pick up a defense or something. Then you have people that have multiple accounts so they can just keep playing Madden. People buy it depending on what game. And I'm like, is that really what EA access is about? I mean, you could do it that way, but why hype the library of games if you're paying monthly? Like, you only want the EA access library on October? That sucks, but I get it. I mean, who wants to play 4 Madden games? 4. Or 3 FIFAs?
Most of the time, you want to play the newest one.
Yeah. So that EA access library is not the same as a PlayStation Now library or what Microsoft could offer with the Game Pass, because those are different games that come out that are more or less different. It's not Madden 15, then Madden 16, then Madden 17. That's crazy. Why are you giving people those games? Nobody's getting the vault to play Madden 15 or Madden 25 or Madden 16 right now in 2017. We're not going back to that, especially since Madden 17. So with the lack of interesting features, I mean, shit. Keep those games that you can't get anywhere else coming on PlayStation. So that even if you decide to get a Nintendo Switch, you're like, damn, I wish I had that Warriors type game. Oh shit, PlayStation just dropped another one. All right, it's shooter season. But PlayStation got this Gundam game. All right, I'll tinker with that. Oh shit, PlayStation.
Most people ain't gonna. The thing about that is though, especially like a lot of casual people, a lot of the casual audience tend to stick within their comfort zone of gaming, and a lot of those games tend to be those third-party titles like COD, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, stuff like that they know what they're getting. So they'll look at a game like Sword Art Online, and it'll look interesting. It'll look dope.
But this is the question, Persona. How would that affect you? What the casual gamer will buy? A lot of people always use that, like the casual gamer determines how you want to play a game.
No. It doesn't determine how I want to play, but the casual. Let's be real. The casual audience is larger than the hardcore audience, and the casual audience push the sales of a lot of these games and a lot of these consoles. So looking at those type of statistics, you have to analyze and make sure that what you're putting out is something that will, essentially sell.
Look,
now it doesn't have to sell 1 million, but it still has to be within the confines of a profitable margin.
Persona, I'm gonna play that right now. The casual game, Microsoft lineup, destroyed. The casual game is the gamer that for the most part can't make up his mind, so he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy everything." Whatever I can get, whatever's popular, that's where I'm gonna be. Now, granted, they're not exclusive happy, but everywhere there's a card, they buy multiple cards. They buy battle cards on every console. They want to play. They can play Battlefront. Battlefront. Oh, I got it on PlayStation. I got it on Xbox One, and I got it on PC. Like, really? Do you need 3 Battlefronts? No, you just trying to fit in somewhere. Like, that's where the casual stuff comes in. You look at games like, let's take the free-to-play games. You got on PC, you got Heroes of the Storm. That community is about to start booming. You have Paragon you can pay into to get into on PS4. There's never an empty room or a short lobby. Never. Those games stay popping. Smite's probably more enjoyable on Xbox One than anything else right now.
Smite, really?
Smite, yes. Smite. It's because it's free. Look at Warframe. Everybody plays Warframe.
Yeah, a lot of people do play Warframe though.
You know, people didn't give a fuck about Warframe before these next gen consoles. They got a free game on Warframe heavy. And they probably spent more money on Warframe than they did on anything else they had. You know how we were on Universe.
Mm-hmm.
I put hundreds in the DC Universe. Final Fantasy 14. I can't put it down. And it's not free to play. Right now you can get to level 35 for free. So why not try it? Those are the kind of games that get people into your system. You can't find that anywhere. Neverwinter. I knew people that played Neverwinter all day on Xbox One. On Xbox 360, it was a game called Happy Wall. It was free. We were on that all day. We knew at 3 o'clock when kids got out of school, get off of Happy Wars because they robbed their parents and they had all these overpowered characters. But Happy Wars was where it was at. Those are the kind of games you need that you can't get anywhere else that keep your community thriving. You can't just wait on some excuses and hope they work. Just keep the stuff coming. Multiplats don't do it like that.
Kev, what you think, man?
With
What you think,
Sony,
man? That's cool. Oh,
we're
no.
not. Oh shit! I'm about to say like I know I ain't muted, huh?
Nah, you good. You good. Go ahead.
Okay. With Sony dropping games in the holiday, right?
Yeah.
All right. Kind of got lost in the sauce. They don't need to. You got Battlefront coming. You got Call of Duty coming. If that's apparently receiving positive reception again. Possibly Red Dead, either between this year or maybe next year. But I
That'll
kind
be
of think
this
it's
year. It'll
going
be
to.
November this year.
Well, it don't have to be because I mean, knowing Rockstar's track record, whatever they drop, they're good.
Mhm.
You know, just based off GTA and Red Dead's reputation alone. But also you definitely got Destiny 2 dropping. So you got three juggernauts dropping this holiday. Although I do believe that they're going to drop GT Sport this year, that'll still make its way because that'll fill the void that maybe Forza Horizon or Forza, whatever they're going to drop this year, will have. It'll be PlayStation's competition towards that. And given that the legacy of Gran Turismo, that it'll still do well. Um, I don't know, man. I don't really think that they need to, man. They can just keep the regular formula that they got now. At first, it was an issue when there wasn't games like really dropping like that during the beginning of the year. But I'm at this point, I'm trying to play catch up. So, I mean, they're good. They don't need to. I think with the fact of the groundwork that they've laid with the start of the year, it'll carry over, and the third parties can hold them down for the latter half of the year. So they don't need to.
Okay. All right. I mean, I hear that. I want to read some of you guys because that actually goes into like a good point where like the third parties, because a lot of the third party games, they tend, there's an echo. I don't know who that is. It's like it's really
Yeah,
bad echo though.
I don't think it's me. Let me see.
Third party games, a lot of third party games are starting to move to the model of service based, quote unquote, service based games where you're starting to see a lot of seasonal DLC passes and stuff like that. A few games have done this. I think For Honor is going to be doing this with their seasons, where like they'll have season 1, season 2, Street Fighter 5 with the seasons, and all these other games that's doing season and service based games when it comes to their content. So with that, with third party games doing this type of stuff, to have a first party studio also doing this type of stuff would actually oversaturate the model and oversaturate the market with that type of stuff. So it says, well, look at upcoming games that like God of War, Last of Us, Spider-Man, Detroit, and Days Gone. They are the best of the best to our knowledge right now, traditional single player campaigns, and they stick out like a sore thumb in an industry dominated by constantly connected online only multiplayer heavy service driven blockbusters. Who else is making games like these? Bethesda, maybe. CD Projekt Red every 5 years. There aren't many devs betting big on single player anymore. So with that, if you have I feel what Sony is doing, how they're moving when it comes to their content and how they're doing everything with, the third party games, covering the other bases of what most people want, and then that single player experience, and then focusing on mainly single player experiences and building upon that fan base, you kind of got all bases covered. Would you say that, that type of them doing that type of model, well, obviously it's working, but how do you feel about that? Do you feel that Sony should be making more multiplayer games, or are the experiences that they provide now good enough? Porter Rock.
All right, so let me start this first. And I know when Phil made his quote, this is where my confusion with everybody's reaction to Phil Spencer's quote. It would be like listening to the general manager of the Oklahoma Thunder on how to make a championship team when you haven't done it already. Now, your team may be good, but does that make sense? Like, your team is good, they make it to the playoffs, but you're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really say this is the industry view. Because I look at Sony, look what they got up and coming. They got, they got Spider-Man development. That's a single player primary focus. God of War. The Last of Us 2, while it has multiplayer, its big thing was the single player experience of what that game brought, right? They also got Detroit also coming up. They're funding Kojima's Death Stranding, which most likely is primarily a single player experience, Sony, if you look at what Sony's doing, it's almost like the complete opposite of what Phil Spencer envisions. So why is everybody listening to Phil when the champion team is the PlayStation brand? Look at what they're doing. They're the leading industry in pretty much in every aspect of console gaming, from hardware sales to software sales. And as much as, some of the people look at Xbox digital, Sony's doing better in digital as well. So why is Phil like the leader of conversation of what the industry should be doing when he doesn't have a championship ring? So I would listen to the general manager of the Spurs. That's a franchise that knows how to win championships. So what are you guys doing to get there? You know what I'm saying? Just by what Phil sounds, it just sounds like to me what he really wants to say, but he can't, is he doesn't have the manpower to dedicate to single player games, because the manpower, the studios he does have, they're successful at multiplayer games, so that's what he's going to run with. He's not going to make 343 do a single player game, because Halo 6 is guaranteed to be successful for what the platform does. Coalition Studios guaranteed to have Gears of War 5, and that's going to be successful for the Xbox brand. Same thing with Turn 10. So the studios they do have, they primarily focus on multiplayer, and they're going to make money off that. That Phil Spencer's not going to tell 343, hey, make a big AAA single player experience. That's too much of a risk. And he doesn't have a studio to do that. And he may not be getting the money to build a big studio just for that.
But do you think that Phil should at least, or with Microsoft, do you think that they should at least keep putting out single player experiences? Not saying that they're going to stop doing that, but do you think they should, still put out single player games?
I'll be honest. The primary people who are Xbox fans don't care about single player games. I think it's time people realize that. I know some people could talk a good game, but in reality, like let's say Sunset Overdrive. If Sunset Overdrive was on the PlayStation side, that game would be better supported. That game would be much more successful because we could rock with that. You know what I'm saying? We understand what Insomniac does. You know what I'm saying? So Sunset Overdrive, that game will be much bigger than what it deserves on the Xbox platform. The fan base is not there. They just, hell, Black Ops 2 is the most played game, like when it first launched for like the first week. How is that? I never heard of that in my life. How a game from a prior platform becomes your number one play game on your current platform. That blows my mind,
Or they've been asking for Black Ops 2.
But that's what the fan base wants. So you got to look at what does an Xbox fan, Xbox One gamer want, and I don't think they want single play experiences. They just don't.
Yeah,
they don't. So Phil can make 100 single player games, and they're all going to fail, and they're going to lose money, and it puts the brand at risk. So I'll be honest. If I was in charge of Xbox, I would be straight up. I ain't making single player games. At least not big budget ones, because you guys don't buy it. That's not what you guys want. I know what you guys want. I see what you guys play. I'm gonna give you what you guys want and want play. And that's just it. So I don't think Phil should try hard for single player games, because for what? Just so it could fail. Yeah. It's just gonna fail and stuff. Focus on the strength of Xbox. And granted, this strategy of primarily pushing out more multiplayer games may not be the strategy to be the number one console. But you don't have to be number one. You know, you could be number two. Number two is fine, just as long as the brand in itself for what it does is successful, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? For everyone else that wants big single player games, I don't even know why you're looking at Microsoft. PlayStation has always been, since day one, they have been, you know, the provider of some of the best single player experiences for the last 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So you know where to get those games from. You know, 22 years or whatever. Yeah. You know where to get those games from. You know where you get the experience from. You know, as far as should Sony focus on multiplayer, I don't think so. I mean, not in depth, because the third party, they got that shit covered. Everybody's gonna want to play Call of Duty, Battlefield. They already own that segment.
Yeah, he made a good point in that article too. Like the article I was reading, he pretty much that what you're saying with that is pretty much, you know, Sony is still providing for a market that's not necessarily niche, but a lot of other development teams aren't really focused on. So it would be, you know, with them doing this is how they got the model set up, and it's working quite well for them. Because, you know, you come to Sony for your single player fix, but you can also get your multiplayer fix as well with the third party deals and stuff like that.
So if I were to give advice, Phil, stick, you know, primarily focus on multiplayer. But what I would recommend is don't copy what's already out there, because you're going to fail. Don't create a Call of Duty clone, because people are going to stick with the original. Don't create a Destiny clone, because people are going to stick with the original. Try to create a multiplayer experience that they can't get from third party, or they haven't seen from third party yet. Because if you just create clones, people will just stick to the original. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what happened with Killzone 3 when they changed up the formula from Killzone 2 to make it more Call of Duty. It just didn't pan out because people were like, I'll just play Call of Duty now if it's going to be this way, you know? And so don't create third-party clones that are already successful, because you're just going to fail at that. Do something unique for the multiplayer fan base, and then you'll be all right.
What you think, Barry?
Should Sony create multiplayer games?
Yeah, create more multiplayer games.
I think the reason why the PlayStation is called the PlayStation is because it offers the most variety of games you can have on a platform. So, PlayStation is known for single player games and having that locked down. But if you want the domination that PlayStation wants in gaming, you need to create some multiplayer games as well. Third party has them, and I don't think you should rely on any other people outside of your developer studios to create games for you, or a type of game for you, when you have the studios yourself to do that. PlayStation do have a lot of great studios where they could create a multiplayer game, for the platform. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that third parties, they have the CODs, the Battlefronts, the Battlefields, all that stuff, but it's always good to have your own as well. You know what I mean? And I do think PlayStation has a lot of multiplayer games. It's just people, are they going to play them or not? That whole article that you was reading, don't take that stuff as fact, man. That's just somebody's opinion.
No, it is opinion, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that.
You know what I mean?
It says opinion on it. That's why.
Yo, I agree 100% with Porter Rock when he said, like, yo, why are we looking at Phil Spencer like he dictates what the industry goes by? What is his credentials? What is his qualifications? For anybody to be looking at this guy like, yeah, Phil Spencer, you're speaking the truth, man. Like, I don't want to curse.
Nah, go ahead, speak freely, bro.
Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this guy. Like that jump pisses me off. Like the video I made, like that jump pissing me off. Everybody harking towards this guy's words. Like, this guy is like this the best developer that ever came out, where now he's the head of Xbox. Like, this guy made Voodoo Vince, or helped make Voodoo Vince. Now he's the head of Xbox. Like, sit your ass down somewhere, man. You know
that's why I compared him to the Oklahoma Thunder. Sure, the general manager made a good team, but he ain't got no rings. So
exactly,
no one's gonna go to him and be like, "How do you create a championship team?" Because his answer is gonna be, "I don't know. I haven't done it yet."
Exactly, man.
I'll let you know when I get there.
Like, single player games still have tons of impact in the industry. Look at all the games that is mostly critically received and gamer received. They're mostly single player games. Yeah, people play multiplayer games for one main reason, not because it's like this exceptional game. It's more so I can play with my friends, or this game might offer replay value, so I can pay $60 for, and I can get tons of gameplay out of it. It's not that the fact that it's like this exceptional, excellent game that I'm like, wow, after a session or two. You know what I mean? They can play with their friends. They can interact and be social. That's, what I mean? But people looking at 1 or 2 or 3 games and making it seem like, multiplayer games is on this rise and it's taking over. I'm talking about the console space now. I'm not talking about PC. I'm talking console space. Yeah, like Overwatch, COD, Battlefield. Those are, it's not like it's many games. There's plenty of games that's online that fails, as does bad, But yeah, like when you just look at single player games, like look at E3, when people they drop these trailers or whatever on E3. Look at the reactions when you see COD. How are people reacting? But when they showed you that, when they show you that Final Fantasy remake, how are people clapping?
Your folks was crying. What you mean clapping?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's so I don't know where that.
I don't see nobody crying for no COD multi.
With Killer Phil, you know what I mean? But I just think like his word shouldn't be going by what he's doing. I agree with 100% Porter Rock. PlayStation has a formula that is working and has always been working. Every generation they've been out, they always provided multiple types of games for people. Yes, they harken more on single player, but they also have those experiences where you can share with your friends with a multiplayer.
Yeah, to the mic, have you?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. We actually got another special guest, Iron Wolf. What's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. Just getting ready to go to Dubai. I'll be flying out on Tuesday. Just thought I just hop in, just check what you guys are doing. Yeah. Just wanted to bounce off what Jabari was saying about Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Phil
Jabari,
Spencer? He had to say, "Send that link."
No, Jabari, do you remember that time? Like everybody on the panel, do you remember that time when Phil said, I think this was back in 2015, that we have so much content that an hour and 30 minutes is not enough? Now, where's that at? Where they at, yo?
They were talking about controllers.
There's so much content that he had to delay the games to the next year as well. He said that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he said that last year too, and I still see nothing. So I'm still waiting on it. I'm scratching my head. I'm baffled right now. Like, where they at? Because all I've seen this year is Voodoo Vince and Halo Wars 2. Like, where's all those big AAAs that he was talking about?
And Phantom Poop.
Yeah.
like look at it this way. Cuphead's supposed to release mid 2017.
That was
it's May.
That was supposed to release 2 years ago.
It's May.
From the moment, this is the thing. If Cuphead was on PlayStation, like, we're gonna look at it as an okay game, but we're not gonna try to tout this like it's a console seller. Like, we wouldn't do that. But like on the opposite side, that's what they're hyping, and I find that pretty sad. And when you have Black Ops 2, the most played game on Xbox Live, I'm worried, man. I'm honestly worried on the direction that they're going right now.
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate on Phil's behalf. The fact is, the big games and stuff like that, we're probably not gonna see that for about at least 2 years. And the reason being, it's clear that they put their budget behind services and hardware. Between Xbox One S, the Scorpio, and services, that's where most of the money went. It didn't go into building your studios. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying I agree with the idea. I'm just saying the reality of it. The reality is they put their money towards hardware and services, and not so much building. And that's why games like Scalebound got canceled, Project Spark, Lionhead Studios, they're cutting all those projects because they want to put the money towards hardware and services. And I'm not saying it's a good strategy or I agree with the strategy or that whatever. It's the strategy. Whether it pays off or not, we'll see in 2 years. But there's not going to be. I don't see E3 coming in with, oh, we got a new, Xbox Studio and here's a great new game. I'm not seeing that happening. At this point, I won't see that. Maybe E3 2019 is when, maybe if he's actually is trying to build the studios, we won't see that till like 2019.
How could he be building them if he's closing them down, though? what's the point in rebuilding them again? It makes no sense. And that Fable Legends that you're talking about, that was a multiplayer, folks. That was a service-based game, and they still canceled it.
Yeah, Project Spark was service-based.
That was service-based too.
What you call it? Phantom Dust. That was supposed to be a remake, man. You see the trash they coming out with? That is total disrespect to the fan base, in my opinion. Like I don't know how people are accepting that. That's like
I was waiting for that reboot, man, and they canceled that.
The remaster of Crash, and it looked just like the PS1 version. Like, you know,
yeah,
like we looked at it like what?
You heard the interview from the guys who remastered. They didn't even call it. They're calling it a relaunch.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I had a little debacle or dispute with somebody because of that, because they're re-releasing the game, but it's an enhanced version of the original game that is considered a remaster. So no matter of what type of spin they try to put on it, it's a remaster. The only reason why they're saying what they're saying, yeah, I understand they had to go to whatever to get the assets. That's regardless. That's beyond the point. You're still making a better version of the original game. You're remastering the game.
It sounds like all they really did was they took the game and they just upped the resolution. Nothing else. They did nothing.
They added microtransactions.
Yeah, and and it's kind of to up the resolution of an OG Xbox game. Like Jesus Christ! Like holy shit!
Like, what made them? Like now I can understand why people was upset. Like the original developers that was rebooting it is upset with Microsoft, because if you didn't even have the original assets of the game, what did you expect this reboot supposed to be? Like I don't know what they was expecting, like the deadline or whatever with this game.
Yeah,
they gave him a $5 million budget. That's what they gave him, and that wasn't enough.
Totally, that's nowhere near enough. Nowhere near, Jesus. But yeah, that I don't know, like I said before, with PlayStation and what they're doing right now, I think they're in a good spot, and I think they are capitalizing properly on gamers' interest and on the market itself as far as these third-party deals. And they are definitely gauging a lot of interest with everybody at this moment. Like everybody is looking at PlayStation like as the go-to console right now, or at least 60 million people are. So, so at least somebody's looking at it. But I think we're going into the discussion part, and I'm gonna get this one out the way quick because I'm pretty sure a lot of you won't have too much to say on it. But you guys know, female protagonists have been looked at. I don't want to say in a negative way, but a lot of female protagonists haven't been received too well from some gamers within the gaming community. And they've been very vocal about voicing their opinion on that and things like that. But I mean, me personally, I love female protagonists. I love Alloy. I love all these female characters. All of them are dope. But how do you guys feel about female protagonists or females in games? Period. I know. I'm pretty sure I know you guys' answer, but go ahead and give your thoughts real quick on it. Starting with you, Porter up.
Yeah, this conversation, this whole thing that started with females is hilarious because I don't see the big deal. It's just, isn't video games like fantasy in itself, just to get out of the world and enjoy what the director wants to do, and provide creativity. Let's look into Call of Duty specifically and the heart attack some gamers are having about females being playable characters in the game. Yet these same gamers are asking, "Oh, is there a zombie mode in this?" I'm like, bro, I don't remember Germans having the ability to launch zombies at Allied forces. I don't think that's part of history. So you complain about women, which if you look and you actually read history on World War II, there were women fighting in that war. I don't remember zombies in any history book. So what is your angle? I think some dudes are the immaturity of this conversation. Like, they're getting upset that there's a female in the game. It's just weird to me. It's just a game, I mean, if you could play a game where you're the son of Zeus and killed everybody, I'm pretty sure you could deal with a character that looks like a female. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I have no issues with it. It's at the end of the day, just like a movie or music, it's up to the creator of what their vision is. Mm-hmm. But vision is to have a female protagonist, like Heavenly Sword or Tomb Raider. To the story, I'm cool with that. You know, because at the end of the day, it's all about the gameplay and how you can enjoy the story and stuff. You know, it isn't the fact that, oh, you should have built the story around a dude to me feel better. I'm like, if you need a video game to make your personal life feel better, you might need to reevaluate it. I think you're missing something, and it's not from the game. You know what I'm saying? I have no issues. I'll play as Lara Croft. I'll play as Sora. Hellblade is a game I'm looking forward to. That's a female character. You know, I just want good games and let the creator create the vision of what they want. Yeah. And you know, and if they want to use females, you know, it doesn't bother me with that. It's whatever. You know.
Yeah, that's what's up.
What I don't want to do is play as Voodoo Vince. I don't want to.
He's trying to pull out the troll.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean much. I just think it's just a weird mentality that some people are focused too much on whether it's a female or male. Question is it a good game? Did the creator create a good story? Did you get good gameplay?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really where you focus on. Let the creators do what they want to do. Don't worry so much about stuff like that.
Okay. Kev, we ain't hear from you in a minute. What you think, man? That's what you think? Cool.
Oh man. All right, let me.
Nah, man, I'll be having myself muted because I ain't know where the echo was coming from. As far as the female, man, this shit's stupid, yo. Like, let's call it what it is. That shit does not bother me. If it's really that much of an issue, then just stop playing video games overall. Nobody that you play as far as a video game character is relatable to you as far as your life. You weren't born a Mexican plumber in the fantasy world jumping on Goombas. You wasn't
created
born
by
as a
Japanese.
Right. You wasn't born as a ball eating dots and chasing ghosts. I mean, shut the fuck up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Given if you got the opportunity to create your character, do what you feel is, you know what I'm saying, is necessary or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, for the people who have issues with this shit, like, it's video games. The fact that you even complaining about this in video games, which is nowhere near based in reality, you know what I'm saying, it's just retarded to me. You know, it really doesn't make a deal. As long as the character is dope, I don't care if you male or female, alien, blue, green, black, whatever. You know, everybody has their preferences, but for something that is as minuscule as that, I think it's dumb. You know what I'm saying? The real travesty is that character that they just dropped Street Fighter.
Oh my god!
Oh, that shit
it ain't
ugly.
Confirmed. Let them get confirmed.
Oh Lord. But I mean, on a serious note, like, that shit is stupid. If you came into this gaming community thinking like they trying to do too much, whatever, like, it's been a male dominated genre for like years. It becoming, it having more females or characters is not really a big deal to me. I still enjoy Horizon. I don't really enjoy Tomb Raider as much, but I mean, it has its base. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I mean, I don't know. It's just stupid. It really is. That's all I got to say.
Michi, what you think, man?
We have some confused people in the gaming community. We just complete total asinine, to use a word that we heard on the council podcast. Shout out to Fame. Because it's so dumb to hear people complain about a female protagonist in the game or female characters in general, but people were excited for frogs. Like, seriously?
Excited for
Battletoads?
Oh, okay, frogs. Okay.
Like, really? Ratchet and Killer Instinct and people go crazy? Really? A frog with growing feet? And you have a problem with a female in a game? People wanted a remake of Conquer Bad Fur Day. Really? A squirrel, an alcoholic squirrel who fights shit. Who literally fights shit. That's what you want. But you have a problem with a woman. Seriously. People act like we didn't grow up playing Metroid. Samus was a woman. You might not have known she was a woman, but she's a female. The whole time you play that, like, if they came out and announced the Master Chief as a tranny, I'd be rolling. Because people didn't see what Master Chief was like. You've never seen Master Chief's face.
A tranny?
I'm just saying. If she come out built like China from WWE, I'm just saying. People don't know what Master Chief. Yeah, rest in peace, China. But nobody's ever seen Master Chief's face. You walking around as a fictional, imaginary ass character anyway. So for all we know, Master Chief is you. We damn sure wouldn't want you saving the world. I know I wouldn't want me in the game saving the world because I wouldn't do the shit. I mean, it's crazy. You look at some of the best video games that we've had, and some of the best characters in those games are female. So why would you have a problem with a female lead? People loved Eris in Final Fantasy VII. Tifa's one of the coldest fighters I've ever seen.
Facts.
Aloy
know how to work a bow.
Not even that. Just look at fighters. You know, fighters
most people pick females. Most females
are. Females have been part of fighting games for decades, for a long time. And some of them, some games, the females are the better, styles than.
Yep,
definitely.
You look at Street Fighter V. If you're technical, you use Chun-Li. If you trash, you use Laura. It is what it is.
If you God tier, you use Mika. I'm saying.
She's always getting her snot box rocked. So she always loses real bad when she loses. But it's there. You got the Cammy players that are OP. Colleen is great in small trash portions. She's great.
Trash portions.
But you look at these games, you look at the Injustice 2 lineup. Women all over it.
Mm-hmm.
They release some female DLC, people get excited. Games like Paragon, I know a lot of people don't play Paragon in here, but still, Paragon releases a character every 3 weeks. They drop female characters all the time. There's literally a 50-50 ratio between male and female characters. Damn near. It's crazy the amount of female characters we have in games we use, but we don't complain about them in Call of Duty because you don't want them in a war, but you play Grand Theft Auto with women all day. So, what's the problem? I don't get it. Just unhappy gamers. They're just unhappy in general. I'm gonna be trash at Call of Duty anyway, so I'm gonna blame me not playing it on it having a woman in it.
Wolf, what you think, man?
To be perfectly honest with you, man, these people out there who are complaining, they're living in that era where, they want to save the princess. Like, you gotta get over it now. Like, you're not playing Mario no more, where you're always saving the princess. Like, things have evolved since then, Now, when it comes out to controls, it's all the same. Like, I love games like Bayonetta, Nier Automata, all female protagonists, man. Awesome freaking games. And we have more coming, like, in the near future. Like, my man Polorock said, we had Hellblade coming, and there's going to be a whole lot more. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 has a lot of females in it. Does it really change anything about the game? Hell no. And then we have The Last of Us 2. Like, sometimes, like, it makes sense for there to be a female protagonist when it comes down to it. When it comes down to the developer's vision, like, it makes sense why Ellie's going to be the lead. Because, like, who could you pass it on to? Joe can't just go on, can he? He's getting old.
You're right.
So, yeah, I just don't know why people want to complain like that. I just, if you always want to play as males or whatever, good luck to you. Then maybe these games that are coming right now, they're not for you. And if you only like to play as men all the time in a video game, I don't know what to say about you. You're a weirdo. That's what I'm going to say.
You're playing as 2B and A2 and they got problems. Oh, man. But, Barry, what you think, man?
Yeah, I agree with everybody in here, man. I just think it's weird. It's a weird notion now that people don't want to play or get upset because they think it's always like a agenda for somebody to have a female lead character. It's just all up to the vision of the developer, man. Like somebody said, fighting games, RPGs. Back in those days, we didn't hear none of those issues. You know what I mean? People wanted to be asked, they picked Chun-Li. You know what I mean? Or they picked Cammy or something. You know what I mean? So, or RPGs. You know what I mean? Everybody, quote unquote, favorite Final Fantasy game is 6. You know what I mean? Where you had Tara, but now people was having issues that Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty is going to have a female character in the online. Like I just don't get it no more, man. With that stuff, like I don't know, man. It's just if you don't want to play the game with a female, no buy. I don't know. If you're offended by that, it's kind of weird to me as well. If you're a person that is like that do enjoy video games and it's a hobby that like to sit down and just play and dive into the world and get immersed into, I don't see how you can have issues with games like Tomb Raider or just having the option to pick a female in the multiplayer. I don't know, man.
Does anybody in here play FIFA 17?
Nope.
Anybody else? Have you heard anybody complaining about having the women teams on FIFA?
Nope.
No, not on here.
And you shouldn't, because it doesn't matter. You play with whatever team you're given. So, people play Madden and they have the Browns on it. I'm pretty sure there's some teams that can beat some female football teams that can beat the Browns. I mean,
damn, Michi, why you so?
I mean, seriously.
Jesus.
Like, look at NBA 2K17. Now you trying to tell me that the WNBA can't get a spinoff? We got females dunking now, at least one. Put that in the game, show it off. I bet your girls play 2K, but you don't want to show women in video games? That's crazy. Some asshole people in the world, I tell you.
Facts.
They're focusing on the wrong stuff.
They'd rather let you run around with a giant purple floppy dildo beating people up. But that's okay, but you can't have a female character. Ironically, there's a female character you can create on that game. But, big purple flopping dildos. We get excited.
Yeah, they just want to carry on saving the princess, man. They want to feel macho about that.
But yo, guys, 2018 is coming up, man. Who's getting that PS5?
I already got mine pre-ordered. Don't you know?
I'm about to pre-order my shit today, bro. But yeah, so Damien
I got
Tong.
my 8K TV ready.
So last week Sony released their financials, and Damien Tong, he is an analyst, and he is the person that predicted the PlayStation 4 Slim and the PlayStation 4 Pro. So I can understand why folks would run with what he's saying a little bit more hard pressed to the chest. But he did make a prediction and said that in the second half of 2018 Sony is slated to release a new PlayStation system. He didn't say PS5. He added no number to his sentence. It was just a PlayStation system. So obviously folks would run with the idea of it being PlayStation 5 because PlayStation has to keep up with the Scorpio's power. And if you watch my latest video on Game of Persona, I explained all that already. But I don't think it's PS5. What do you guys think? Starting with you, Porter Rock. What do you think it is? It's not PS5 now.
I'll be honest. I think it was just one, like you said, one article, and I don't even see PlayStation Nation hyping a PS5. So I think it's more like the Xbox, fanboys and stuff.
It is
trying to make it seem like we're hyping it, and I'm like, if they haven't realized it, we love what we got over here. We don't need new hardware. If anything, we want more games to support the hardware that we got. If anything, some of us are like, we want to see more games for also PSVR. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are enjoying that experience. And they want more of it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So on our side, it's all about software. And I know they try to say, oh, now it's about software. You weren't like that 3 years ago. And I'm like, well, 3 years ago, you weren't offering God of War for $250. You were offering Rise for $500. No one's going to buy Rise for $500 console. It's just not that. It's not about that life. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about stuff like that. Like, what games were you offering that would make the average gaming consumer buy your console for $500? Rise, freaking Scream Ride.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying? Those aren't the games. Like now, people could buy a PlayStation for $250, and they could get a Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, Yakuza. You know what I'm saying? Even if with the multiplats, you could play Call of Duty, whatever, for $250. Xbox wasn't doing that 3 years ago. It was a high price for games that aren't big budget. Well, I ain't gonna say big budget, big killer apps. You know what I'm saying? Xbox wasn't selling console selling games. They were selling Rise for $500. That's too much money to play Rise. People went down with that. Now PlayStation's pushing a lot of great content at a very affordable price.
So what do you think that this
so
PlayStation
so
system is?
that's not gonna happen because Sony's making too much money. It's clear that they're focused on their games. I'm sure they have a PlayStation 5. They're talking about it, the research and development, but it has to be the next big thing. It's not going to simply just be a console that could do 4K 60. That's not how Sony rolls. They're going to want something significant with this console, and that takes time. That takes slow planning. I mean, with the PS4, they started researching and designing it with Mark Cerny back in 2007. That's a year after the PS3 launch. You saw how long they took to release it. So next year, and it doesn't make sense because the PlayStation Pro is not even a year old. You know what I'm saying? So that's way too much hardware to manufacture back to back to back in such a short time frame. They're gonna ride out for the next 2-3 years PlayStation 4 and the Pro, which they're perfectly fine with because it's selling. The games are phenomenal, and even more great games are coming. And that's pretty much at the point we're at right now. You want games, keep pushing games, keep pushing these titles. There's going to come a time where we'll be looking forward to new consoles, but we're not at that point yet. The Xbox community may feel like that way. It is what it is. But here on the PlayStation side, we don't really need a PlayStation 5 right now. What we want to see is these great games that they announced, they show gameplay of. That's what we're looking forward to. We're not looking forward to more power. We're looking forward to more great titles for the hardware that we already own in our homes right now.
Okay. Wolf, what you think, man? PS5 2018. You pre-ordering or what?
Oh yeah, man. Yo, give me the link. Send me the link right now, man. I'm gonna pre-order it right now. Nah, but seriously, if you want me to be perfectly honest, it could even be three things, right? It could be a new handheld, maybe. Who knows? Maybe a successor to the Vita, which I pretty much doubt, but who knows? I know they want to compete with Nintendo, especially when it comes down to Japan and everything, because the Switch is dominating over there in Japan. So if Sony want to bring out a handheld to combat that, it makes perfect sense. Something very powerful, not on the level of PS4, but something like it's near up there. You know what I'm saying? It could be a PS4 Pro Slim. It could be even that he's predicting. Or maybe, who knows, it could be a PS5, but I don't think it's going to launch for 2018. Like, they could possibly do what Microsoft did, like announce it a year beforehand and then release it the following year in 2019. So they could possibly do that. So they could announce it next year at E3, like E3 2018, say that, yeah, there is a PS5. It's going to have 12 teraflops. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. And that, by doing that, it's more like a strategy. It will make a lot of PlayStation gamers think, hey, no point going out and buying Scorpio. We got something more powerful coming the following year. So in that aspect, it would make some sense. Just don't show the console. Just announce it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
my fault.
yeah. So I don't think it'll be a 2018 thing. It could be a 2019, maybe even a 2020 thing.
Yeah, 2020 seems a bit more reasonable.
Logical. Yeah, it seems logical.
Kev, what you think, man?
He just muted his mic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to get back to the app. I already dropped the video on this. I don't see it happening. It is cutting. Even though Sony not like really letting it be known, I think that they're trying to do their best to try to either catch up or surpass the PS2 sales. So I don't foresee it happening. Although even if they was to go that route and announce the console on some Scorpio shit, I think that would kind of be unnecessary as well and whatnot. Unless they just want to try to test the waters and see if like the fan base get hyped up for like 2-3 years down the line or whatever. But even still, I don't really think that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll put people off from buying a Pro and the PS4. You know what I'm saying? If anything, like Wolf said, I could see them trying to compete with the Switch and announce a Vita 2 or something. And hopefully it's at an affordable price, because if it's not, then it's kind of dead in the water too, and unnecessary research and development being spent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't think a PS5 is coming, but maybe some new hardware or something, or a revamped PSVR bundle or something.
Okay.
But yo, Kev, man, I just wanted to say that I'm pretty content with what I have right now, man. Like, I'm not even.
Yeah, I am too, G. Right,
But yo,
like
not only
outside of
that,
like,
I got a folder that says backlog, and I have games from 2014, 15, and 16 that I still have to catch up on, man. And I
same
still
here.
got games from this year I haven't even beaten yet, man.
Oh man.
So like I don't know, man. If I'm playing catch up right now, man. So by the time the PS5 drops, man, I'm still gonna have a whole lot of PlayStation 4 games still to play.
Yeah.
Barry, what you think, man? I know you picking up the PS5.
Yo, this is crazy. I the same thing that goes with the whole Phil Spencer and why people listening to him. The Scorpio is not going to dictate this market, man. It doesn't have, like, I'm not saying it don't have the appeal, but it doesn't have the oomph. The games is not there. I don't think. I think this rumor was created just off the fear of Scorpio, but I don't see there's a necessary reason to have fear for this console because, like I said, Scorpio is not offering anything different than the PlayStation 4 Pro cannot offer. It's just that the Scorpio is going to be a little bit more consistent with what the PS4, the things that PS4 can't offer. The Scorpio is going to be a little consistent, like more 4K native games is going to be there due to the fact it's a more powerful, console. But PS5, I don't see it anywhere coming. No, 2018. I think that's ridiculous. They're just too much right now. There's still a lot of Steam going for the PS4. The NPDs came out. Yeah, Nintendo Switch definitely won, but the PS4 is still selling a lot within these times with a new console. That's out from Nintendo. You know what I mean? So PS4, there's still a lot of stuff they can pull from the PS4. I think, in my opinion.
But it's on track to outsell the PS2.
That's what I'm saying. Sales wise, it's doing good, but even when it comes to the games, there's still a lot of headway still to be unleashed with a PS4. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody say that last generation it was long because whatever reasons people want to make up, but I don't think that this gen is going to be like PS1 and PS2 type of days or NES days. I still think these generations are going to be much longer than what everybody expects. So PS5, I'm looking for an announcement like probably 2019, and it might come out like 2020 or 2021. But 2018, I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Okay, Michi, I know you don't. You like, man, look, that shit gonna sit on the shelves until the price drop. But what you think, man?
Shit, I already got the PS5. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy on it last Saturday.
Oh no.
Blu-ray 9K. Screw 8K. It's on a 9K, a whole new number.
But what you think, man, with these PS5 rumors?
I just think it's a unnecessary conversation based on the appearance of something stronger. It's like people think because there's a stronger Xbox announced, surely Sony has to come back with a stronger PlayStation, which is not the case. Sony came out with a stronger PlayStation when they didn't need to come out with a stronger PlayStation. Sure, people have 4K TVs, but we're in a day and times now where people can't even get their games to 1080p. So what's the big deal with 4K? And we can barely get 1080p. And then you have people who are excited for the console that does 1080, that does 4K native, supposedly, when it comes out and everything 60, as they say, because this is what they say. And not like there's not 4K native 60 frame a second games on PS4, but you have people excited for the console when they should be upset that the OG Xbox One released in 2013. We had the Elite Xbox One in the 2015, if I'm not mistaken. A year after that, we had the Xbox One S, and now we have the Scorpio. And it took for the Scorpio for people to meet the expectations that they thought they were going to get in 2013. That's the sad part.
Damn.
Michi savage, man. I swear.
I mean, seriously. Like, what was the purpose of an Elite Xbox One, Bar? You bought one. What was the purpose?
I bought it due to the faster
Probably bought 3 Xboxes.
install times that I was promised, and the controller, the Elite controller. I still have the Elite controller. It's not used, but yeah, that's the reason. Because I was sick and tired of remote downloading games, and then the install, I come back, it's not installed in my console. So I say, no, let me get the Elite. I want the Elite controller because it's going to fix the dead zone issue. So I got that. But yeah, man, waste of money.
Yeah. So
let me, Michi, somebody doesn't agree with you, Sergey, and he said, okay, no offense, but saying there's no difference between Pro and Scorpio makes no sense. Numbers are numbers.
I'm not saying there's no difference. I'm saying that if you're looking to do 4K native 60 frames a second games, you can do that on a PlayStation 4 Pro. You don't need a Scorpio for that. Is it going to be every game? No. But we know that. That's like every game's not going to be 1080p. But when your expectation getting into the generation was 1080p, we all know everybody came out saying 1080p, and then you had people making videos with the 4K HDMI cable going above and beyond. So what's the use of having this 4K rated HDMI cable and all the rest of this stuff to get Dead Rising at 720?
Yo, I remember that too. Yeah, the Xbox One can deliver 4K. We got a 4K rated.
Yeah, and it's not like this is the people that were making videos saying this stuff. This was Larry Herb saying this dumb shit.
6 million day one. God damn.
Larry Herb was out talking about 4K in 2013 on the Xbox One. So
yeah, he was.
Microsoft,
him and Yusuf Mehdi.
Yeah, they set you up for the okie doke, and you getting games that wasn't even 1080p. To this day, Killer Instinct still ain't 1080p. It's like, is there a 1080p 60 frame a second fighter on Xbox One?
No.
Chaos not 1080?
Oh nah, yes there is. Blaze Blue, the Quantum Extended one, the old one, that is 1080 60.
Okay, well there it is. Like, the games aren't meeting the expectation. The multiplayer, I mean, the only thing you're getting is like Forza, the EA Sports games, and 2K. But everything else is more or less 360 stuff. A little bit better than 360, a little bit worse than PS4. So it took for 2017 to get here for Microsoft to be able to match what the PS4 OG was doing. Screw the Pro. To meet the PS4 OG's standard that they set, you had to make the Scorpio. That's a goddamn shame, considering that you had 2 more consoles come out and they just wasn't getting it. Sure, you got three more frames a second with the Xbox One S, but your game's still coming out in the 720 range and the 900s, and we still don't have matching games. We just want a match. Again, look at the Grand Theft Auto grass. We just want a match. I don't care if they're not exactly carbon copies, but don't give them an inferior product. I mean, come on. It's crazy. And to think that the PS5 will be coming next year, and if the PS5 does come, is that a new console generation? Because the Scorpio isn't. So what are we doing? Is Sony starting a new console generation next year? All of a sudden, because Scorpio dropped?
No, I highly doubt.
Man, Mitch, I really honestly think the Scorpio is a next generation console. The only reason they're still calling it an Xbox One, or it's part of the same family, so it saves them money on the licensing on some of these third party games.
Yeah,
because you gotta remember, because like all these backwards compatible games, man, they're all, you gotta pay for the license for all that stuff, man. So obviously that's why they still want to call it, it's still the same thing. But when you look inside of the thing, everything about that console is different compared to the OG Xbox One.
But that's what leads me to ask, why is nobody complaining about fragmentation? Community fragment and all that. Remember with the Pro?
That was a big thing with the Pro.
That was a huge thing with the Pro. I don't see that at all with this.
Even with the Pro out, the standard for games is 1080p.
That was an issue fragmentation. Oh, Sony, don't do this, Sony. You're splitting up your community. Don't do this, Sony. Nobody has a 4K TV. 4K is not that important. Yo, people was putting up the
now everybody got 4K.
So this is the percentage of 4K TV. Sony is doing this too. Whatever it is doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got. I'm done.
Yeah, but go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say when you had to get to the Scorpio to get the 1080p, like I said before, that's the problem. And you just joining the party. You just got into next gen with Scorpio. That's a damn shame. So before you start hyping PS5 and everything else, welcome to next gen, everybody. We will all be there sometime this year, and Cuphead will be the premier game to show in your glorious 1080p native.
This dude is ruthless.
Yeah, this guy Sergen said he needs to watch Digital Foundry videos. Pro lacks the memory for 4K textures. It's not 6
Who gives a
teraflops
shit
versus
about 4K textures? Look. 4K gaming is a luxury, not a necessity. Just like 720p gaming is what we could do on the Xbox 360. Why did you buy an Xbox One to get games at 720p? Titanfall.
Yo,
why?
Not even everything on the Scorpio is going to be 4K textures. You know what I mean? People don't understand that whole 4K texture ordeal because there's games that's on, the Pro, that the games that's not in 4K native, but they're using like, the checkerboarding, they're downscaling or they're super sampling from what textures, people? You know what I mean? That's why these Horizon Zero Dawn look so crisp and all that stuff because
I'm not bad. Now I was gonna say, what's the use of having all these 4K textures and all these other stuff that people hyping up with the Scorpio if you just get an Xbox 360 fucking games anyway? What's the purpose?
The game's gonna look it's gonna look great. It's gonna look
clean. Let me just put it like this, man. If God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, if all of those games are fake 4K, then please, Sony, give me more. I want more of that.
And on
I'm just saying, man, because I'd rather have fake 4K of all those bangers that I mentioned than true 4K of Sea of Thieves. I'm just saying.
Or that demo they showed, that tech demo.
And on that note, we gonna go into these outros because I feel it coming. That rant about to come. But yo, guys, this has been definitely a dope cast, real chill and whatnot, and I definitely do appreciate everybody's thoughts and opinions, and I do appreciate everybody in the chat. And we're gonna go ahead and go into these outros, starting with you, Porter Rock. Give us your outro, shout out your podcast, your channel, and all that good stuff.
All right, man. Hey, first I want to say, Persona, thanks so much for the invite, man. I hope that I could be back on soon again. It was enjoyable. To the cast members, Jay Barry, Mitchie, Mr. Official, and of course, Wolf, man. I'm glad you showed up. Appreciate having this great conversation. This was a great, relaxed podcast. It's great. It's a great mentality, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so happened to be PlayStation mentality. But it's just great. This is your boy Porter Rock 77. You could catch me on my channel. I got a YouTube and Twitter. Hit me up every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern for 60 Frames No Lag podcast. You know what I'm saying? We discuss all types of gamings and stuff like that. And again, I appreciate it, gentlemen. It was a great way to kick off Saturday.
Definitely. I definitely again, me and Mr. Official, we definitely do appreciate you coming through and taking your time out on a Saturday to be a part of this, man. So thank you for that, for real. And Wolf, go ahead, man. Give us your outro. Shout out your channels and your podcast and everything.
Well, I want to give a shout out to, this podcast, your podcast. I want to give a shout out to the Council podcast, 60 Frames No Lag podcast, all the PlayStation podcasts out there. You could subscribe to my channel and subscribe to the Greatness Podcast channel. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Kratos. He's always, on the podcast with me and everything. Just subscribe, follow me on Twitter and everything. And at the moment I'm not making content. I'm gonna be away for a few weeks, but when I come back, I'm gonna be, re-energized as always. And man, peace out, yo.
That's what's up. And Iron Wolf stuff will be in the description as well, as far as his channel and the podcast and all that good stuff. But let's get into these council members. Michi, Go ahead, man. Give us your outro. Shout out to the channel. Shout out all the good stuff, man.
What up? It's your boy Meet Your Battle. Shout out to my beautiful wife who just came in with some sweets from Rayo's Bakery. Shout out to you. She knew I wanted some breakfast and some cake pops and stuff. So I'm about to get out here and eat a short little bit. And we got to hit the road. Shout out to all the guests. Thank you guys for coming by. Keep putting out the content. Wolf, you be careful. Stay safe in your travels. And we'll see you when you get back. Hopefully we'll have some Xbox games by then. Shout out to the council. We brought back COD Sunday.
Facts.
Black Ops 3. I'm trying to get them to play Infinite Warfare, but it ain't happening. You got a better chance of it ain't happening. It's just not gonna happen. Shout out to the people who love multiplayer games but hate MMOs. I don't understand you guys. But hey, it's a game for everybody. And I think I'm pretty much done. I will be super bronze by the end of the day, damn it. Street Fighter 5. No longer the scrub in the tournaments. And turn into the online arcade. I might be in some other random games. I don't necessarily plan on it for a little while because Naruto took a lot out of me. Made me have to hit the lab again. So, but yeah, if you missed that Naruto tournament, go back, look in the archives. It was a lot of fun for a lot of people who didn't play the game but said fuck it and tried it. Loved it. A beautiful game to watch. And yeah, keep gaming and stay safe, everybody.
Cool. Jay Barry, the king of trolls, man. These dudes off, man. Yo, man.
I'm about to piss this guy off right here. My bad, yo, for this. But nah, man, this don't make no damn sense. My man said 4K resolution without 4K textures. It's not 4K gaming. Get your ass out of here.
Wait. Hold up. What fucking textures do you have in the games you playing right now? What kind of textures are you gaming on? What textures is? I don't know. I don't even know what console you game on, or if you game on PC. You probably gaming on medium anyway. You probably got a 1050 Ti. And talking about 4K textures, just shut the fuck up and play what you got and be fucking happy. Be glad the games don't fucking crash. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my outro. Trust me. But I'm just saying, like, yo, wasn't World of Tanks 4K textures? Was that 4K gaming, sir?
The menu was 4K, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, like I never heard something like that. That is not 4K gaming, not 4K textures. So any game in a 4K resolution, I'm not playing in 4K. Like that don't make no damn sense. But anyway, yo, big shout out to my man Persona, MistaOfficialVG Gamer podcast, and Kev. They hosting this every Saturday. Real cool, real chill, podcast. And yeah, big shout out to Porter Rock and my man Wolf coming through. Definitely appreciate that. Yes, you heard the online arcade a lot here. But yeah, online arcade is just a new movement trying to bring YouTube, bring in like fighting games. Hopefully it will evolve into more things, just to be different, people coming together, fighting together, and competing to try to win some, prizes for each tournament and stuff like that. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys can check it out and participate in some of these tournaments, or just come and view them. Next tournament, Chaos Code on Persona's channel here on GWP. And yeah, that's going to be a movie, man. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And if you want to participate, the game costs $20. Buy it, sign up, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks, guys. And yeah, 4K gaming, I'm doing that right now on my Pro.
Yo, big bro, Mr. Official. Go ahead, give him your outro, man.
What is going on, PlayStation Nation? Apologies for being late. I had to take care of some stuff. But nonetheless, made it here. Shout out to Porter Rock. Always a pleasure to have you on. Definitely one of the cats that should be bigger. I mean, you're growing pretty well anyway, but you know what I'm saying? We need more voices like Porter Rock. Definitely an OG and very knowledgeable. So shouts out to you. Shouts out to the homie Wolf. You know what I'm saying? You need to I'm gonna throw you a little shade. say it's time to take a vacation, not only to the back but to Xbox, because I see you out here getting these platinums, and I need you to slow down a tad bit. So Phil is calling you back home.
Man. I'm all about them facts, but I'm all about them plats, yo.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I can honestly say,
I
man,
like that.
my man.
Yo, I like that. Yo, that's
plats.
smooth, man. I'm all about them facts, just like I'm all about them plats. Yeah.
Yo,
What's been gaming though?
my man's then got on PlayStation. I'm up here looking like old boy in belly on the couch, man, with the angry face. I'm like, this motherfucker getting platinums every damn week. I'm salty because I ain't got the time to compete with my man's, but I gotta keep my eye on him. He gonna be at like 40 within a year. God damn. But yeah, yo, big shout out to the homie Iron Wolf. Always a pleasure to have you on and whatnot.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no doubt. The council fam, Bari, Michi, always a pleasure to have y'all cats on, especially Michi with the rants and whatnot.
I'm just being honest.
Shouts out to the homie Sergeant No Rider. If you think that it's tears for back and forth, but yo, appreciate you coming through to check us out and listen. Shouts out to Timbo. Everybody that's gave us the time to check us out on this Saturday morning, afternoon for some. And yeah, man. Yo.
What is it?
Man of a gamer.
What?
I don't know. Shit. I mean, he got his opinion, but it ain't
game. I don't know.
I mean, regardless, look, just to answer his statements, whatever. The Scorpio is obviously going to be more powerful, no fact about it. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of too little, too late, bro. Y'all got to show some games. Fuck 4K textures right now in regards to the Xbox. I mean, 4K is good. I got a 4K TV. I enjoy 4K content, but y'all got to have some games if you out here trying to fight that fight for Xbox. Because right now, it's all y'all got is like the hope is Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I mean, really, yeah, it's looking a little sparse over there. I hope they deliver at E3 though. I'm not gonna like totally shit on Microsoft, but I mean, if you arguing 4K, that's about all you got. Honestly, PlayStation got games, sales, hardware, like all types of shit. 4K can only get you so far.
You like that 4K game and you playing NBA 2K17?
But that's it with your outro.
Yeah, that's it, man. Shouts out to everybody coming through.
Persona like, yo, stop picking on my guests, I'm chilling, man.
I appreciate everybody coming through, even if you had a different opinion. You know what I'm saying? But Microsoft got to show more than just that.
Yeah, like difference of opinions is alright, man. Like I definitely ain't against that. I love a debate, which everybody here can tell you. I love the debate. I love facts and all that stuff. So if you come and you got a different opinion, voice your opinion, man. Freedom of speech, man.
But you rap, that's a question people need to ask themselves. Like, oh, there's no 4K textures going on here with a Pro. What are these games downscaling and super sampling from? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna do my research.
But yo, man, it's your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and GWP Archive and the host of Mind of a Gamer podcast. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Persona_YT, and like Bari and everybody keeps saying, yo, check out that online arcade. I know you guys probably tired of hearing it, but you're gonna hear it one more time. Check out that online arcade because it really is something good, something amazing that is being done for the community. And it'd be dope if you guys, at least check it out and make sure, if you do like what you see, it's always appreciated in what you do. And make sure you sign up for these tournaments, man. We got the Chaos Code, we got Injustice 2, we got Street Fighter 5, we got the anime tournament that's coming.
Yo,
the Guilty Gear.
Year and K Mega signed up for the Street Fighter 5 tournament.
Oh man, I'm gonna need you to rig them.
Words.
Set them things up. Let me.
I might go ahead and get back to practicing again.
I need to see all y'all in there, man.
I want to see all y'all in there. Porter Rock, Iron Wolf, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Street Fighter tournament is gonna be in June. What is it? June 24th, Barry?
16th.
16th.
I won't be.
That's the weekend of after E3.
Yes, weekend after E3. So everybody gonna be hyped up off E3 and they're gonna come into that. They're gonna be ready for that tournament. I'm telling you.
I don't know about K Mega. He may not be hyped.
I know over on PlayStation we always gonna be hyped, man.
I know we do.
But yo, man, sign up for these tournaments, man, because we are giving away prizes. You don't got to pay to sign up. Everything's completely free. You just got to make sure you had a game and just come through and represent for yourself, man. Represent with your skills. And so sign up for these tournaments. They all are in the description. And like I said, I'll have everybody's channel in the description as well as their podcast links. Check out everybody here on the panel because these guys, they all definitely doing great things with their channels. And we got to support good gamers, man. Support people that's out here trying to do good for the gaming community and not all that, propaganda and negativity. And shout out to Timbo, Demi, Crown, Mr. Biggs, Sergeant, everybody that came through to the podcast and supported me. I definitely do appreciate. Me and Mr. Official both appreciate it. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'm gonna do it like this because it's council. I'm gonna do it the council way. And with all podcasts, we end with.
I need somebody to find a definition of high quality textures and let us know what the fuck those are, because people have a misconception that people just walk around saying, "Oh yeah, I got 4K textures in this game." You don't know the resolution, the quality of textures in the majority of the games you play. It's 2017. Don't just start grabbing a hold of shit because you can. These games don't have they don't match all the time. You might have a 4K game running on medium, so that means you don't have 4K textures. You look at most of the games you see running on your console, they're running on medium, so they're not getting the most out of what they can do. The games are optimized to run good. The higher you go with the textures, the worse the games run. I'm pretty sure you know that, especially when you have stuff on the system that already is clunky and don't work anyway, Upload Studio. I wouldn't be bragging about 4K textures if you can't get other shit to work.
Oh, damn.
Baby steps. Make sure you can get your stuff to work first before you start wanting 4K textures, because it might not work. Sit down, be humble, in the words of Kendrick Lamar. And I'm done.
Damn, be humble. And with that, we will end this podcast. I appreciate y'all for coming, and y'all have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace.